between them and world domination.
Madame, what a scrumptious-looking macaroni salad.
Yes, it is, and it's on sale for just $2.39 per pound in a reusable plastic container. That works great for pet dishes and leftovers and...
It is very appealing. I would like to buy a large quantity. Is there a discount by the ton?
You'd have to ask store manager Gordon on that. Let me contact him on our highly technical paging device. Manager Gordon! Manager Gordon! A rotundish babushka would like to purchase some of our delightful little macaroni salad in bulk. Please report to the deli.
Comrade manager, would you step over here next to this very deep freezer, cold enough to quick freeze a large man in seconds, to assist me with my purchase? Great Scott! You're the evil! Never mind, Julian! Chill out! Bagman! That takes care of the last of the store employees. Curses! Look up at that flashing coupon tag! His cry must have activated the bag signal.
It's always best to arrive a few moments early to prepare to enhance the average consumer's shopping experience with excellence in grocery bags. Are you ready to put an honest day's work in, Gray?
Yes, Bruce. There's nothing like... Holy uninhabited market! Where is everyone? And look at that! Bruce, it's the bag signal!
Look, Robert, there, in the freezer.
Holy hypothermia, Bagman! The quick-frozen storm manager Gordon and the simple-minded, though very gracious, Ethel the sample lady, along with every available associate of Gotham Grocers. What kind of crazy villain was burning us with such a huge act of violence?
Could someone do this alone? No, wait. You said what kind of crazy villain could burden us with such a huge act of violence? That's it, Robert. You asked about a crazy villain? The baker. And bird N. Bird-like. It's that bird-like creature, Ben Gwynn. Huge act. Who could be huger than Batwoman? And violence. Violins. It's our wicked wordsmithing, ditty-writing nemesis, the fiddler. Look, Robert, over there in the deli. It's a message from the fiddler written in spam salad on the counter. It says, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Why, the chicken, of course. Chickens strut. So do dictators. Chickens are food. It couldn't be any clearer, could it, Robert? They're going to rule the world by controlling the food supply.
Holy hunger pangs, Bagman. This scares me. Do you mean that everyone will have to buy their food through the baker and his cronies, or starve?
Not if we can interfere with their fiendishly clever act. Come, Robert, to the bakery department. There's no time to lose.
Back in the bakery, the depraved company soon discovered that Bagman and Robert were onto them.
They knew the Drake Crusaders were all this between them and world domination.
No one can stop us now.
Look up at the security monitor.
Our first customers are beginning to arrive.
Those aren't customers.
If those meddling boy wonders after us again, they figured out a riddle, filler.
Let's take over another store.
Ugh.
Quickly, Robert. They've headed to the cereal aisle.
Bagman, how did you get into that meeting then? I thought you would end up on someone's dinner table.
Later, Robert. We've evildoers to bring to justice.
Holy honey nut Cheerios, Bagman. It's a message written in alphabet. It says, yellow or white. I make your dial turn out right. It's clear now what Fiddler wants us to do.
It's as plain as the mask on your face, Robert. It's a phone book. A phone book is where you look up someone's name. The Fiddler wants us to look up.
How can we ever thank you, Bagman? It gives a fellow a good feeling just knowing you're out there doing your job.
Think nothing of it.
Those villains sure had me fooled, Bagman.
Let this be a lesson to us all, Robert. Crime doesn't pay. And neither does working in a grocery store.
But how did you do it? You were,
It's quite simple, Robert. The baker used yeast.
you mean,
Precisely. Yeast makes things